Okay, hopefully we're live now, I think. Hello, friends. I am Welshi, and welcome to a Theory Pop live stream watch party type thing. So this is the first one of these that I've ever done, so it's a little bit experimental. Not 100% sure on exactly what's going to happen. Basically, we're going to have the panel streaming directly in the center of the screen. You'll have me bottom left, so you can see my genuine reactions. I'm not going to do anything over the top or kind of fake it. It's all going to be very genuine, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, so thank you for joining me. And I can see already there's been folks talking in the chat for the last couple of hours. Basically, since I created the event, there's been people waiting, so I wasn't really expecting all of that. But yeah, so it looks like everyone's having a good time. So how are we all doing today? Wow, that's a lot going on in the chat there. So hopefully everyone can hear me okay. Let me just double check I've got this. Yes, looks. Do I not? Hang on a sec. Should be coming through. Audio's good. Ah, excellent. Okay, then. Good, good. I've muted the audio on my monitoring software because otherwise I start echoing. So I can't hear myself at the moment other than what I'm hearing kind of past my headphones. I'm really looking forward to this. It's quite late here. It's like 10 to 11 at night now, so it's pitch black outside. I'm quite tired, and that's why I'm drinking some kind of energy drink. I'm trying to keep myself kind of focused and super intense focus on what we're going to see. So it's going to start. So you can see the videos unavailable at the moment. It is a pre-recorded panel. Infinity Train, I think, did the same thing. They had their panel a few hours ago, and that was I think, a pre-recorded one where they were discussing what's gone on before, and they released a trailer for season 3, which is coming out on HBO Max. So I think this will be a very similar thing. Grace Kim 21, yes, I think we're in the same time zone. But yeah, there's people from all over the world popped into this stream, so that's amazing. 74 currently, 75. Wow, that's pretty amazing. So yeah, I have put a link to the direct live stream in the description of this stream. If you notice, I'm not always looking directly at the camera. It's because I'm trying to read the chat as it's going. So I have put that in there. So when the live stream, the panel actually starts, you can, by all means, go and watch that direct if you want, or you can stay here with us in the chat and we can kind of hype out about stuff together. But what I'm hoping for, they've said they're obviously going to do a couple of skits with a lot of the voice actors. So like Jesse and Okala I'm blanking on the names now. Jack DeSena. So they're going to have quite a few of the voice actors in there doing some skits and stuff, which I'm quite looking forward to. They're going to be talking about the books that they're releasing coming up. So the graphic novels, Into the Moon, coming out later this year. I'm hoping they're going to announce book 2 and book 3 for seasons 2 and 3. So I would imagine those may be announced. I'd really like to see season 4 announced as well, but we'll just have to wait and see if that happens. I'd love to see it, but I'm not expecting it, just that I don't get too disappointed if it doesn't happen, but I really hope it does. So I'm kind of on that fine, balanced grey area at the minute. I'm like, I really want it, but if we don't get it, I'm trying not to get not trying to get my expectations too high, if that makes sense. So, Crazy Kitten, what's your opinion on Aravos? I think he's quite an enigmatic character. We don't have the full kind of motivations for him at the moment. We've had hints here and there through like fan translations of some of the texts that we've seen in the show itself. but there's still quite a lot we don't know about Aravos. We don't know exactly why he was locked away in the mirror. We've got theories about, did he invent dark magic or show that to humans? Was he responsible for that? But why was it Thunder who locked him away when, you had Sol Regum could potentially have done it, although Sol Regum was blinded. But you see what I mean? We don't have all the information to make judgments about Aravos yet. There's something there, but I'm hoping we'll see more of that coming in the future, definitely. Wow, the chat's going really quick. Let me see. So, Yasmin, am I the only one who can't fangirl out loud because everyone else is sleeping? I think there's a few of us in the later time zones, so I'm sure you're not the only one, but I get the trying to keep it in and not get too loud and too excited about it if people are sleeping. But, we type it in the chat. We'll fangirl together here. Let's see. Grace Kim, guys, Callum is not half elf. I subscribe to the idea that Callum is full-blooded human. At least if there is any elf in his lineage, it's that far back that it would make no difference. Just because I think, personally, it means a lot more to the story if a human who is full-blooded human has managed to learn to connect to an Arcanum rather than it being a result of some kind of elven lineage in his past. But that's just me. I think it would mean more if that were the case. I'm trying really hard to keep up with the chat, but it's going a lot faster than I expected. Hopefully it's coming for One Piece Netflix. Yeah, I agree with that. Startouch Hottie is 1,000,000 years old. I don't know if he's quite that old. He might be. Lisa Griffiths, maybe he was locked up because he probably tried to hurt another mage. Could be, actually. Maybe he was... Unless he tried to hurt a dragon, actually. So the dragons tend to be, or seem to be, kind of one of the higher authorities in Xadia and for the magical races. So maybe he was one of the first to actively defy the dragons and go against them. So maybe that's why he was locked away. Could be. Let's see. JJ Gray, do you think there are other races other than elves, humans, and dragons? I'd hope so. I know there are other magical creatures. I don't know if they're necessarily sapient, so they're not as humans, elves, and dragons are with the full capability of speech, but I kind of hope there might be somewhere in the world other intelligent creatures of that kind of nature, like humanoid or sapient creatures, definitely. Callum will pull an avatar and learn all Arcanums. Possibly. I certainly think he's got the potential to learn more than air. He's used moon. That was with a moon primal source. Rather than drawing from the moon Arcanum himself, but he can perform the spell if he has that power source. So if he can learn to connect to the moon Arcanum, then absolutely he could do that, and if he's able to do that, then it means that he could connect to the others as well. I think I missed one somewhere. Grace Kim. What Theory Pop said? Sure, I forgot what I said. There's going to be a slight delay between what I see in the chat and what I reply with. I think it's between like an 8 and 10 second delay at the moment, I think. I've tried to reduce the latency, but I didn't want it to impact the quality too much. We've got about 6 minutes before the panel goes live, so I'll start refreshing. Nope, still not available, but I'll start refreshing this at 11 until the video's live. Then we watch it together and we can... get a little bit hyped and quite excited about what we're going to see. I'm really looking forward to it. I think we should be in for a great story whether Callum is full human or not, so I'm happy either way, says Rhea von Fabre. I'm sorry if I got that wrong. Yeah, I mean, I'd prefer if Callum was full human. However, if they can write it in such a way that it works within what's already been established, then sure, I think it could work, and I'm going to be eager to see more of the Dragon Prince either way, absolutely. The Gaming Jin, hello there, just want to inform you that I am deaf, so I can't hear you, but what do you think of Big Bad Guy in the Dragon Prince? Oh, well, hello, Gaming Jin. I think with the Big Bad Guy, so if we're talking Aravos, he's certainly been set up to be the driving kind of malevolent force, and I'd like to see more of where his machinations take Viren and potentially Claudia, because I think Claudia could start to have a bigger role in Aravos' plans, and Viren could end up taking more of a back seat. Middle ground, which race do I like more, elves or humans? Ooh, elves just because of the variety with regards to the Arcanums, because obviously there's the 6 forms of elves for each Arcanum, and they have such distinct kind of power sets, and they look like, from what little we've seen so far, they do have quite different cultures. The human races do as well, or the human kingdoms do, sorry. But I think there's a lot to the elves to be revealed that I'm really quite keen to see. Let me see, just trying to catch up now. I'm aware we've only got about 4 minutes. What was in the box with the symbol of all elements, says Middle Ground. It's the key of Aravos. It could be a way to break Aravos out of his prison. It could be the lock to that other kind of dimension-y world he's trapped in. Could be something else. Might be a primal stone. Do you think the Cube of Aravos is the key to defeating him? Could be, if it's the key to his prison, or if it's the method by which he was imprisoned in the first place. They could use it again. Need a Ruthari happy ending. Oh, definitely. They need to reunite. I'm sorry if I miss anything in the chat. It is going a little bit quicker than I thought it would. Got only 3 minutes to go, folks, and then we'll refresh this and get watching. Do you think they will make more episodes for Season 4? They've stuck they've stuck entirely to the 9-episode format for the first 3 seasons, so I don't know if they'll extend it. I'd personally like to see maybe up to 12 to 15 episodes, but whether they go beyond that if they do a Season 4, I don't know. It feels like they've gone with those 9 episodes each time, so they could potentially do more. I'd like to see more, definitely. Oh, crikey. Zoblast 2103, do you think there will be another season? If so, do you think that we would be shown ocean elves or something related to the water arcanum? So, I'd love to see another season. It's been very quiet on that front. There haven't been any leaks as far as I've been able to tell in terms of episode titles or things like that. There's not been any official announcements. I'd love to see a season 4, and I would like to see ocean elves as well. I'd like to see the Earthblood elves actually as well. That's another one I want to see. Right. Mythical. Which season's my favourite? 3. I really, really liked Season 3. Although Season 2, the second half of Season 2, I really enjoyed as well. Some of the episodes on that, especially when Callum was forced to use the dark magic, I really liked that, just because I thought it was the beginning of the apotheosis of Callum as a character. Just where we've got about 1 minute to the stream, so I'm going to start refreshing this in a moment. But Season 3, I thought there was a lot to enjoy about it, but the latter half of Season 2 was excellent as well. Right, I'm going to take my eyes away from the chat for a minute, because I'm hoping... It's 1 minute to go, so I'm trying. Quick one. Now, obviously, as we're watching this, I might be talking a little bit during the panel as well, just with a couple of thoughts or initial reactions, but there'll be points where I go a bit quiet as I'm just watching and listening as well. But, yeah, just to be aware of that. Oh, come on, I really... Can you tell I'm a little bit excited and nervous for this? Excited because the Dragon Prince, nervous because this is the first time I've done this type of kind of watch party live stream type thing. So I'm hoping everything goes all right. I've tried my best. But by all means in the chat, let me know if you can't hear the panel when it does start, and I will adjust the audio levels. I did do a quick test run on it earlier, and I hope it's okay. So let me do another refresh. Let's see if it's live. Here it goes. There's
Hey,
Jack
Ez?
Desana.
You there, Ez? Ez? Am I getting you? I don't know if this is going through. Ez, you there? Hey, Ez?
Sorry,
Oh,
Bait was
Ez,
on
you're
the
muted.
keyboard. Bait was on the keyboard.
Rome.
Oh, so... Okay, so I know this is supposed to be a family call, but is it okay if Raila joins?
Yeah, of course. Bait was hoping to see her too.
Hey guys, long time no see.
Let me pause this 1 second. The only subtitles I can see are the auto-generated ones. It doesn't look like there's a script one. Let me just double check very quickly because I know some people will want subtitles. It's just the auto-translated, auto-generated. Do you want those on or do you want those off? Because I'm happy to leave them on, but they're not going to be super accurate. I'm going to start. I'll leave them on, but if I see anyone wants them turning off, I'll
Hello?
remove them.
Good to see you. From far, far away.
Wait a minute. You guys have the same background. Are you in the same place?
Nope. No. Totally different places. Separate, far away locations.
Callum, I can see part of your scarf in Rayla's background. You're supposed to be distancing.
Oh, come on. It's this big castle. There's lots of distancing.
Not so much that we'd miss each other too much.
Aw, guys, you two are adorable.
Sorry?
Soren?
How did you get on this call? It was supposed to be just a family call. I don't know how that happened.
I'm Crown Guard. I have to run the cybersecurity on all of the King's calls, and I would rate the cybersecurity of this call as very high. So go ahead. It's safe to talk about, any royal or romantic business that you want to without worry that anyone else will.
Hi, Sorbear.
Claudia, how did you get through my cybersecurity?
You sent me the invite link. I thought maybe you wanted to talk.
Oh, shoot! I must have forwarded it by accident. I keep forgetting I'm still in the villains mailing list.
Soren, who else is on this call?
Oh, hello. What is this foul machination? I'm trying
sorry.
to browse the World Wide Web. What is going on?
Dad, you're on a video chat.
Oh, I am? Well then, hello, video chat. It is I, Dark Mage Dad 420.
Dad, please, you're embarrassing us.
Oh,
Just click the little red button at the bottom and leave.
button. You mean, what, these strange runes on my screen? Which...
Okay, Dad, stop. Why don't we hang up and try again? We're gonna...
What? I didn't hear any of that. Can we all just agree to talk louder?
Did I freeze? Am I frozen? Can you see me?
Just move a little. You have to do a little wiggle to test it, like something like this, like ah!
Microphone. Hello. Hello?
Video calls are the worst. I hate having to communicate through a screen.
Stop your petulant complaint. I have been communicating through a screen.
Aravos, what miracle has brought you to this call?
I have been on the call this whole time. I'm on every call this whole time. You know how irritating it is to hear all of Xadia complaining about this wondrous communication device? I've been involuntarily social distancing for centuries. And if I want to do a screen call, I must perform a cosmic blood ritual with a mortar and pestle and floating knives. And what did you have to do? Click on a couple buttons. Oh, I'm so. It must have been such a deal.
Sorry, Aravos? I lost you after irritating. Your audio's really bad.
Hey.
Brilliant.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to our 2020 San Diego Comic-Con at home in quarantine panel.
Woo! Hey!
Woo! We're thankful to have the cast here, and it's our first time having Eric, who plays Aravos, who you all know, and we're thrilled to have him here. This would be the point where we'd be like waiting for the crowd to cheer, and the cheers would die down. But let's go through some quick. Let's introduce ourselves and our role in the show. I'm Eric. Say your name, your role in the show, and something about your time in quarantine or whatever is going on with you. So I'm Aaron. I'm co-creator of the show, and I've been gardening and spending more time with my toddler than usual, and it's been lovely.
We all have different orders. Where no one's gonna know what to do. So it's just gonna be like I just start talking. I'm Xadia. I'm the voice of Callum, and I had a baby right at the March 18th, right at the beginning.
Congratulations!
So, it's great. That's been my life. We're hanging out with a very cute little baby.
Very good. I am Jason Simpson. I'm gonna go. I'm Jason Simpson. I play Viren, and over the last couple of months, I have been learning. I'm learning how to play the ukulele.
All right.
Excellent.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Well,
Next.
I'm Eric Ty Dellums, the little bug person. I play Aravos on the show. In quarantine, I've also been doing a lot of gardening. Haven't had a baby.
Still time. We might be in here for a while.
You never know if it's possible through social distancing. But anyway, glad to be here.
If anyone can make that happen through social distancing, it's Aravos.
That's right.
There you go.
Voice alone. Hi, I'm Jesse Nocalia. I'm the voice of Soren. In quarantine, I guess I too have been gardening. I've got an herb garden going on my apartment windowsill. And I've been learning how to cook better. I've been working on my cooking skills, upgrading my game.
All right.
Hey, I'm Paula. I play Raila on The Dragon Prince, and I moved into an apartment with a balcony. Bad time to move, but I've spent all my time laying on my balcony reading.
So jealous.
Hey, I'm Sasha Rojan. I play Ezrin, and I've been doing a lot of painting, and I painted Bugs Bunny and Bart Simpson on the inside of my closet.
All right.
That's a cool closet.
Please renovate my bedroom, my entire home. On that note, hi, my name is Raquel Belmonte. I play Claudia in The Dragon Prince. Some fun things I did. I dyed my own hair and burnt my scalp, and I would like to inform you all it's now finally healed. It's been a couple of months, and we're good to go. I'm ready to do it again.
All right.
Wow.
I've been missing your email updates about it, Rack.
Oh, don't worry. You're going to be getting so many more so soon.
Thank you.
Tag, unsubscribe. Hi, I'm Justin. I'm Justin Richmond. I'm the co-creator of The Dragon Prince, and I built a shed in my backyard so I'd have a place to work so I could get out of the house, and my family didn't want to murder me for working long hours. So.
Nice.
Cool.
Awesome. Justin, do you want to kick it off with sharing some cool stuff that we have going on?
Yeah. So we've announced before, but we're talking about very, very soon. Dark Horse is they're making an art book with us, which is amazing, and it comes out in August. So you guys can see it here.
Whoa.
Feel free to still frame and screen cap and dig into all the details, but you can sort of get a view of it here. So this is a book that was put together by the writing team at Wonderstorm, as well as with the amazing people at Bardell. We could not have done this without both the writing team and Bardell. This is a work of love to show up all the stuff that tons of things you
Dang.
have never seen before. And we're really, really proud of this book. And it comes out August 18th, 2020. And you can pre-order it right now with Dark Horse. And we're super, super excited for you guys to get your hands on this thing. And it covers all 3 seasons. Really excited. So check it out. And
I want an autographed copy of that.
No
we
doubt.
can make that happen. We can do that.
Yeah, I just want to tag on. The book is a real tribute to the amazing work that so many artists and animators did on the show. You can see so many of the early concepts. You can see variations on some of the characters and things like that. And you can just see like the brilliant kind of talent and inspiration that was kind of coming our way nonstop that fueled the creation of this show. And so it's really cool. I guess the next thing we'd love to give everyone a sneak peek of is a graphic novel that is coming up, and in just a few months. It is a canon story that picks up where the story of season 3 of The Dragon Prince left off, and we're going to give you a taste of it now. Enjoy.
Oh, this should be good.
Do you like my collection, Raila? Look here. I've added another.
Oh, Paul, you're muted.
What's that, Raila?
Get away from him.
It's too late, Raila. But don't worry. You'll be joining them very soon. Hurrah!
What? Oh, all right. I'm up already. Why are you coming after me with a great big awful feather? What's happening?
I thought you'd make a cute face, but it's more of a
what?
angry face.
Callum, you really shouldn't use Fifi's feathers like that.
Fifi? Wait, you were tickling me with a feather from Lujan's dead phoenix?
Yeah, but...
We got a letter from Jane about the feather. Fifi sacrificed herself to get me here from the Stormspire. I owe her everything. She left this glowing feather behind when she died. Jane says we need to bring the ghost feather to the moon nexus before the next new moon so she can perform a ritual. Fifi is a moon phoenix. This must be how she get reborn.
The new moon? That's only 3 days away.
Yeah, she really should have sent this sooner.
We'd better get moving. What are you doing up so early anyway?
Well, everyone else has been up for hours, really.
Oh. Hey, Ez, can you go with us? Don't you have all sorts of kingly duties now?
Well, yes, but this is important. Soren and I can be away for a little while. I left a note for Opelli that explains everything. She'll be fine. I'm going to get packed. Soren and I will meet you at the courtyard in an hour.
Up late again?
Yeah. I couldn't rest. I just lay awake thinking too much. And even when I did get to sleep, we never found his body, Callum. We looked everywhere. I know he fell from halfway to the moon, but we should have found something. Anything.
Viren is dead, Raila. There's no possible way that he could have...
You don't know that. Everyone wants to move on. But what if it's not over?
Raila, what if it is time to move on?
How am I supposed to do that? I lost my parents, I lost Renan, and I still don't know what happened to them.
Sorry, Raila. I just hate seeing you like this.
I guess I have been a bit of a mess.
We're all a mess sometimes. Me, I'm usually a mess.
It's true. You've been wearing this same scarf for as long as I've known you.
Listen, why don't we think of this trip to the Nexus as a vacation? There's a beautiful lake, some really neat ruins, and all the grubs you can eat.
Sounds lovely. Thank you, Callum. A vacation is probably exactly what I need.
I bet it goes great. I bet it's a lovely,
awesome.
relaxing vacation.
I can't wait for that.
Predict the rest of
40
the story.
pages.
vacationing tidbits. Super
I hope
relaxing.
it goes really badly.
So, yeah, you can
shout
get
out to our team at Scholastic and to Peter Wortman and Xanthi Bouma, who wrote and illustrated and did an amazing job with this graphic novel. We're super excited.
Well done.
Hell yeah.
Cool. So I guess this again,
Applause.
the audience is
Great.
cheering. And you guys are so amazing, and it's so inspiring to see all the cosplay and queens energizing. So I'm sure that's happening. I hope most of you who did dress up to watch this virtual panel. We know if you did or didn't somehow. I don't know how.
Tag us in all the photos.
Yeah, post it. Let's see it.
Please do.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Should we go into the next little fun sketch? Is it time, Justin?
It's time. Let's do it.
All right, well, it's game night in Xadia.
Yeah.
And Aravos is our dungeon master.
Welcome, travelers, to the tavern at the great crossroads of destiny. While a storm rages outside, your band of misfits enter through the creaky old door and take a seat at a grand oaken table. One by one, you introduce yourselves. This is where you tell each about your characters.
Oh, great, right. Okay, I'll go first. My character is a mysterious elf assassin with 2 beautiful blades to match my 2 beautiful eyes.
And I'm a young, talented, dorky mage, but like cute dorky. I have a tome of spells under my arm.
My character cannot help but look at her. He locks eyes with Rayla's mage.
There will be time for role-playing. Thorin?
Oh, okay. I'm handsome and very muscular warrior. Emphasis on handsome, emphasis on muscular.
What's your character's name?
Soren.
Soren, this is a role-playing game. You don't play yourself, you play a role.
I don't need to play a role when I'm already +3 cool.
Okay, well, some of us used our imagination. I'm a fairy rabbit paladin. My fuzzy fur is snow white, and I'm holding a shield shaped like a heart.
Delight. Viren?
Oh, my character is complicated.
And
he is tragic, alone. The choices he must make will leave him forever haunted, but they will be necessary.
Very cool. Any distinguishing features? Like, what does he wear?
Oh, he wears a hat.
very original. And what about you, young Ezra?
I picked the Necromancer. My head is just a skull. It also says here, the dark void that was once my soul is fueled by the suffering of the innocent.
Let's begin. You survey the tavern around. Flicker. The rain pounds outside. The bartender looks over, as if trying. Eyes.
It also says here, I'm chaotic evil. Cool. I look back at the bartender and I cast Drain Soul.
You may try, but as a level 1 necromancer, it will be difficult.
Hey, I rolled a 20! Coils of malice grasp the bartender's very soul.
I bravely draw my blades. I must protect the helpless bartender.
Oh, we're fighting already? Okay, I start swinging my sword at, I don't know, Rayla's mage.
Wait, what?
Wait, I take it back. My swords gleam in the moonlight as I leap to the defense of the beautiful mage.
Hey, no takebacks.
My character takes action. This action appears unforgivable to all who witness it, but I do what I must do, what must be done, though they will never thank me for my sacrifices.
Like, what do you actually do?
Wait, stop. Why are we fighting? I use my fuzzy bunny fairy magic to quell the violence within our hearts. I rolled a 1.
Then I keep swinging.
I cast a fireball at Soren's boat.
A dragon crashes through the roof of the tavern and kills everyone. And the adventure is over.
Since my character's already technically dead, I'm okay, right?
Yes.
Great. I loot their corpses for blood.
Wow.
That seems like a lot of fun. Don't you think?
That seems really fun, Aaron.
Yeah, I feel like our IP that we've created here has a lot of potential to make a tabletop game, and so we did. Yay! So we're now a tabletop RPG with fandom, and we're gonna play a quick trailer for everybody. Check it out.
Next year, explore the world of Xadia like never before. Continue the story or forge your own path with friends. And bring all the magic and wonder to your table.
Oh my god, yes! Oh, I want it.
Cool. Those
That
dice
is
coming
so
in?
cool.
That's
No.
dope. That is dope.
I need it.
So we're super excited to announce this. We're partnering with Fandom on this. There actually is a website that you can see in that trailer, which is talesofxadia.com. You can go there to sign up for updates. You'll get stuff in your inbox soon about the game and when it's going to come out and all that stuff and how it works. So we're super excited.
I love the dice roll on the map. Like, it's
yeah.
one of my favorite. I don't know why. It's
It's
just
awesome.
I hope, can we figure out a way to get people maps that they can play on? Like, it
Yeah.
feels like the right
Yes.
place. But my other must-have from today's panel is in the graphic novel, Raila, her Catalyst pajamas. We borrowed some like royal pajamas with like the little seal there. Like, I'm sure they're super comfortable. But so, anyway,
There's a huge outcry online of even today, people are still submitting questions and they're asking for the pajamas. Where can we get the Catalyst pajamas? So very cool.
Oh my gosh.
So
Raylo on QVC.
That's right.
So now we turn it over to you for some Q&A. We were able to spread the word that we were doing this panel and get a bunch of questions. We had so many responses on Instagram and on Twitter and on Reddit and Facebook. I think were a number of the places where we looked for questions. We are going to do our best to answer we're going to answer a bunch now, and I'm burning up too much time, so let's just get into the questions and answers. But there were so many great questions, and I'm hoping we can find a way to answer all of them, even the ones we don't get to today. But let's kick it off. Am I supposed to ask the first question? Is that what?
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, this is from David Roth, 2005, who asks, do elves have 4 toes?
I always assumed that they would have 6 so that they could learn how to count to 20.
That's an important evolutionary trait. Counting to 20. All species have to have some way to do it. Yeah. I assume 4 for symmetry, but then 5, like little toe is super important for balance, and they're so like fleet of foot with no knowledge of biology, I wonder if it would rebalance with 4. Probably. Let's go with 6. I like counting to 20.
We had lots of base 8 jokes in the math jokes in the writer's room. So.
So you were assuming. Okay.
Yeah, we were assuming 4. Yeah.
I guess that makes sense.
All right. So this is from Ophir Swissa on Facebook. In the graphic novel Through the Moon, is the graphic novel Through the Moon crucial for the upcoming season? Is the plot of the graphic novel part of the main storyline, or is it a side story that will be reviewed briefly in the new season? And that's for Aaron.
There's a few references to the new season. It is part of the canon story. It continues from where season 3 left off, and it is part of the canon story. I think that's the clearest answer I can give. So we go to the next question.
Straightforward there.
Cool. I have a question here from Cagilaro on Instagram. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. This is for Sasha. Does Sasha like jelly tarts in real life?
What a jelly? I've never tried a jelly tart. So would it be like a Danish or like a strudel, like an apple strudel or something?
I don't have these answers, Sasha.
Well, yes, I would probably like them.
Jelly tarts are modeled on Hamantaschen, which you
Yeah.
might be able to find at a bakery somewhere or a deli.
Well,
Yeah, I
Jewish
would probably like it. Yeah.
We've all seen Sasha eat anything put in front of her, so yeah, she would love
It's
it.
very true.
This question is from @trash_lord on Trash Lord on Twitter.
Who's your fan?
This is for Eric.
Ooh, I had a fear of that.
What is your favorite aspect about Aravos, and do you find you share any traits with him?
Mystery is always the best part. I'm still up in the air. When last you saw me, I was in a cocoon. Traits that I share, aside from a baritone voice and a good sense of humor, probably not very many. So, I certainly am far more impatient than he.
Here's a question from @underratedhero on Twitter. Justin or Aaron, what's the best pop culture reference that didn't make it into the final script?
So we had, I think it was actually a couple of days where we contemplated putting in as many Guns N' Roses titles of songs and albums as we possibly could. So we had a run of there was a whole bunch of jokes about I want to use my illusion and you could use your illusion too, and appetite for destruction. Yeah, it was really bad.
Please do it. Please.
Yeah. Well, now we can't. I guess we'll go for the new set. But yes, I think that was a good one. I think Eric's got the next one.
Where am I supposed to see them?
Oh, do you not have the thing? Do you not have the list in front of you, Eric?
I do not have the list.
Okay. I will play Eric for a moment.
Okay.
I can't. I was going to try and do a voice, and there's no even a point. So this is at ByconSean on Twitter, and it is for Raquel. It's, what do you think Claudia and Aravos' dynamic will be like, since she clearly does not like elves?
I think she's going to change her mind a little bit when she sees her father. I feel like she follows really anything Viren does or says. So I think once she sees Viren and how he's connected to Aravos, I think she's going to open up a little bit. I think, okay, call me crazy. Call me crazy. I think there might be a little protege relationship dynamic, like Claudia working under Aravos. Call me crazy.
Working.
Thank you.
You're crazy, Raquel.
Thank you. Finally.
I have a question from Julia No Ice Posts on Instagram. And
I thought that was Julia's noise posts.
That's what
No, I'm reading it as what it is.
It is definitely.
I will not be posting a single thing about ice, for I am Julia.
I thought it was like, don't post mean stuff. The ice
My
is like kind of the new burn.
My apologies.
Water only, no ice.
Okay, fine. Noise post. Is Soren gonna be okay with lots of worried emojis?
I hope so.
Guy.
He's had such a journey, and it's something that I'm super thankful to the writing staff for, because he means so well, and I think he will be, but
Ugh, no one likes Soren.
no one likes Raila.
You two should fight.
Literally, no one likes Viren, so let's move on.
I've seen some very dedicated fan artists that say
Yeah, that's
otherwise.
true. No, that's very true. That's true.
Okay, this next question is for Jason from MJ Cutler from Facebook. What is your favorite Viren scene?
What's up, MJ?
The Jason freeze.
Jason's frozen.
Gary committed to the sketch from before.
I am now totally freaked out.
I thought it was like on me or something, but no.
I feel like I know his answer.
Well, we can come
Am I
back.
still frozen?
You're still frozen.
I thought
Yeah.
it was a bit at first, but
Oh.
he's frozen.
Yeah.
We're getting some voice now, but yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
There he is.
oh,
Yay! There we
He's
go.
back.
Yeah, he's back.
That's sort of like the end of season 3.
I'm going to say this really quick in case I freeze again. Somewhere in season 2, with the mirror, and when he meets Aravos for the first time, and he's trying to see what's in the mirror. And there's a bunch of different scenes, but just that sort of ball of scenes, I have to clump them all together. That's just really magical for me, and magical in the show as well.
It's actually magical.
Yeah. Okay, I'm out of here.
All right.
So this is actually for everybody. So we'll go around. This is from Whimsy Draws on Instagram. If you could voice any other character for a day on the show, who would it be? And we'll start with Sasha.
I think that it will always be either Aravos, Raila, or Viren. Because the reason why I want to do Aravos or Viren is I want to like talk like this, and I want to like really go deep on it, or I just want to do an accent for a day.
Talk like this.
Yeah, I mean, like it would be pretty cool not to do my voice. So
Your Raila's pretty good already.
well, thank you.
You gotta get rid of it. Yeah,
Jack is next.
if I have to use my own voice, maybe Claudia. I think Claudia is a really cool character, and I feel like I would love exploring that. If I get to have the voice, then I'll take Eric's voice. I'll do that for a day. That would be fun.
Listen, if
I
I could have
actually-
anyone's voice,
Oh.
it would be Eric's.
I actually want to voice Ezra. Let's have a scene where we switch.
Great.
My God, how tremendous it would be to be.
Raquel.
I've said it before, and I will say it till the day I die. I want to be Soren so bad. I think I want to be him. But I love jock characters so much. So there it is. There's my answer.
Jason.
I would like to voice Bait.
Nice.
And Vilas.
Oh, good one.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, the pirate.
Paula.
Viren. Oh, see, I can't. I would need him
That's a good audition.
You're hired.
for season 4.
Glad you didn't audition for him.
And I guess Jesse's next, right?
Yeah, I guess. I feel like for the writing, I would love to play Claudia because she just has such fun jokes. But I mean, again, if we're just doing a voice swap, I'm also jumping on the steal Eric's voice for a day train. Why not? What a dream.
The stuff you could get done with Eric's voice. Like,
I know.
I think about this
Being at the
daily.
bank and being like, yeah, I would love to have a deposit.
You should hear me order a pizza. Lord have mercy.
Just phone me and pretend to order a pizza, just so I know what that's like.
You got it.
I'm sorry.
We will do Aravos ordering a pizza sketch for next time for sure.
Yes.
I would love that.
Okay, this next question is for Aaron, and it's from Fozzie Draw Stuff from Instagram. How old is Bait?
Sasha, how old do you think Bait is?
3. Well, actually, is it like glow toad, kind of like a toad?
Kind of. You're pretty unique.
How long do toads live for?
Hundreds of years.
I've always.
I think Harrow had Bait before Ezrin, and I think that aside from Aravos and maybe Zubeia, Bait might be the oldest character on the show.
Oh, cool.
I think that he's 56.
There you go. It's either 3 or 56. Oh.
So it's been a lot of fun. I think we have time for one more question.
I will then jump in to say this is a question we got a lot from a number of different sources, including I think probably everyone in this cast. Is there going to be a season 4?
Right. So I think it's really important to emphasize, yes. We've been picked up for season 4. Netflix has picked up the whole saga of the Dragon Prince.
Are you serious?
What?
I am serious.
Are you?
my God.
Are you
What?
kidding?
Such a bully.
Why
would you do that?
The whole freaking pre-speech about like how we're gonna
Unbelievable.
so you don't want to dampen it.
I am totally freaked out.
Aaron!
Oh my
You're
God.
so mean.
You are something else.
Can you imagine this is like what being proposed to feels like? Like
You lied to
you
us.
don't know, and they're like, no, it's not. No, and then it's like,
Oh my God.
what? I'm gonna tell
Jack, did you already know? Is that why you asked the question?
Absolutely not. No, I
Oh
asked
my
because it said
God,
last question
I
of the
haven't
panel,
felt
Jack.
joy
Crazy,
in so
right?
long. This is
Yeah.
That is fantastic.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
It's we feel obviously amazingly grateful, incredibly grateful to the fans and the community who've been so passionate. And honestly, after season 3, the swell of passion and love around the show, the amount of art and talk online and people, by the way, really politely telling Netflix how badly they wanted this story to continue was so inspiring, and it worked. Give us the saga, and they are going to give us the saga. We have a lot of work to do, to be clear.
Yeah. We got a thing right now.
Wow.
This is an honor. I tell you.
Unbelievable.
I feel like I want
Gentlemen.
to cry. Like happy.
I am crying.
I am crying. Yeah.
I mean, we've all known it's been like a long time coming. I think everyone here like put their hearts into this show and like kind of cast it out on the water as like, here, I hope you like it. And we knew people loved it. And I think
so exciting.
I think
Congrats,
we all
everybody.
have been waiting and hoping for the chance to complete this saga, and now we got to do it right.
Yeah. Congratulations, everybody. So exciting.
I'm telling you.
Congratulations, everybody.
Yeah.
Can't wait to hear more.
Cheers.
Yay.
I love you all so
Phenomenal.
much.
Great
There,
work,
I said
y'all.
Aaron, thank you. Justin, thank you. Oh, I tell you, it's an honor. I too want to cry.
Don't just cry.
It's a pandemic. No tears. There's no crying in a pandemic.
Where is this rule coming from?
I don't know.
Never heard that rule. Yeah.
Wow.
There's been so much crying in a pandemic. From me.
So that's our panel. for 2020.
What else we need?
Yeah.
Amazing. The entire saga. That is the best possible news we could have hoped for. That is amazing. Okay. Oh. I'm going to leave it running to the end of the time, but oh my god. Oh. I was really, really hoping we were going to get that season 4 announcement, but the entire saga, that is... Oh. I don't want to watch. I don't want to watch that. I'm just
reorder it right now.
Oh. I saw the chat going crazy, and I was trying to hold it in. I didn't want to talk over them, and oh. I was just holding my breath at points, just like I want to say stuff, and oh, this makes me incredibly happy. I'm glad that was held to the end, because I think that's just the kind of surprise big announcement that is a perfect way to cap off that panel. But oh my god, we're getting the entire saga. And yeah, I know there's no trailer, but I don't know how recently Netflix decided to pick up the entire saga. So I wonder if they're going to start working on more than just season 4, if they're going to, similar to how Lord of the Rings was filmed, the trilogy, the Lord of the Rings, if they're going to do like maybe season 4 and 5 and 6 and 7, make and produce them kind of at the same time and then release them kind of split, so not all at the same time, but whether they're going to work on them kind of back to back and then release the trailers as they have the firm release date for those seasons. Oh my god. Oh. I'm trying to keep my thoughts straight at the minute, but oh my god. That's good stuff. Now, I know they said, so Jack DeSena, who read that question, he had no idea that they none of the actors seem to know that they've been confirmed for the entire saga. But a few weeks ago, I watched a live stream with Jesse and Akala, Raquel Belmonte, and I feel really bad because the name is escaping me just because my thoughts are all over the place. Viren as well, voice actor. They were in a panel for an online My Little Pony convention, which I was watching because, but anyway, they were. Someone asked them during that kind of live stream together, oh, is there anything you've got in the pipeline or anything coming up that you're working on? And all three of them said that there was a project, each of them had a project they were working on that they couldn't talk about, they couldn't discuss. And my immediate thought there was, maybe it's the Dragon Prince season 4 and they couldn't talk about it. So I wonder if maybe there was scripts and everything happening for season 4 that maybe Aaron E. has and Justin Richmond had shared with them, but kept the 5, 6, and 7 back as the surprise, or maybe they were waiting confirmation. But oh my god, that is the best news. That is the best news. I cannot. I'm processing this. I'm still processing. How are you guys in the chat doing? Oh my god. Let me go back a bit. I saw there was a lot of boomerang going on. So, but yeah. Oh my god. I'm just scrolling through the chat now, but oh my god, yes, everyone just going, yes, yes, hearts for eyes. Baba Gahab. Yep. So people crying due to happiness. That's well done, Netflix. you've picked up the entire season. That's exactly what the fans wanted. So that's some absolutely amazing news. Oh, wow. Wow, 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 wow. Andrew, you asked me if I was okay over there. Yes, thank you. I was just trying not to shout and expectorate over the top of them as they were talking about the sagas. I was just trying really hard to keep it all in, and I forgot to put the mute button on my microphone, so I could have just gone, ah! Oh my god. Right. So, Wolfstorm Wizard just joined the chat. So, Season 4 is happening. Season 5 is happening. Season 6 is happening. Season 7 is happening. Netflix has picked up the entire saga, so we'll be getting quite a lot more of the Dragon Prince. Now, there's a couple... I want to go back and have a quick look at the art book, if I can find it. So... here we go, just because some of the images in here are fantastic. So I really like all this concept art for Ezran and Bait, and I'm really looking forward to seeing this because there could be some more world-building stuff. I imagine it's going to be character art, but there could be more about the world, so more about Cthulhu's Castle, a lot of the initial design work. Perhaps they'll talk about some of the inspiration for the medieval architecture, where that came from. Like, art books I really like because they expand on what you see in the show. Like Zootopia has a fantastic art book which I've got and covers that as well, so I'm quite excited for this. Obviously we got more of Zim, and I like that they have the different colours for his hair, for his mane. I kind of like the fiery red in that bottom corner. That's actually kind of absolutely awesome. Makes it maybe look a bit too much like a lion. Now this is the image I want to look at. So first concept of celestial elf, to find how we thought Aravos and other mysterious how we thought of Aravos and other mysterious Dark Touch elves. So I really like that concept design. That looks amazing. But then to the right, look at Claudia's arm. How does it feel to replace your arm with a writhing tentacle, Claudia? Now, is that a spell that was going to be in Season 1, 2, or 3 somewhere, and it's been pushed back maybe to Season 4? But does this mean that that type of transformation magic exists? It must do. Just that image on its own expands the possibilities of what dark magic could mean, and that's amazing. The spell was Claudia's biggest display of power yet. The tentacles' creepiness underscored her betrayal of the princes. Oh, yeah. Okay, so I wonder if that was an alternative to the Binding Snakes, but oh my god. So one more thing I would watch. That D&D skit was amazing. The RPG skit was fantastic. That's basically how every single Dungeons & Dragons session I've been in has gone to some extent. So the accuracy there I really appreciate. I just want to watch this trailer for the Dragon Prince RPG once more, because I am so damn hyped for that as well. I have wanted to play in the world of Xadia, in the world of the Dragon Prince, in a role-playing environment for so long. Since Season 1 I've wanted to do it, and I've seen some people have tried to do conversion work for D&D, but the fact they're bringing out something official, I am going to be picking that up on day one. So let's just quickly watch this trailer.
We're going to play a quick trailer for everybody. Check it out.
Next year, explore the world of Xadia like never before. Continue the story or forge your own path with friends. And bring all the magic and wonder
to your table.
Cool. Those
That
dice
is
coming
so
in?
cool.
That's dope. That is.
I'm so hyped for that. I'm absolutely hyped. So, tabletop role-playing game, Tales of Xadia. A big part of why I want that is the additional lore that's going to be in there. So when you have the tabletop role-playing books for Dungeons and Dragons, especially campaign settings within Dungeons and Dragons, they give you stuff about like the gods, the pantheons, a lot more of the creatures in terms of the monsters or what are the creatures you might encounter in the world. The playable races, are we going to see the different varieties of elves in there? Are we going to see the different human kingdoms? There's so much that we could potentially take away from this. What time period is this going to be set in? Is it going to be pre-Split of Xadia? I know it says continue the story. Does that mean continuing on from where Season 3 left off? And you're dealing with the ramifications of what happened at the Stormspire, or you can just pick and choose what you're doing in the world. But this means they have the full plan for the entire continent, because you could travel anywhere in that RPG. You know, they're going to have it so open, and we'll have all that information available in that book. There's going to be stuff that will tie into the saga, into the series, that is going to maybe provide more context, more background. I'm really looking forward to that, and just because I love playing tabletop role-playing games, I absolutely adore playing them. I'm really looking forward to that. Oh my goodness. Alright, let's have a quick catch-up in the chat again. How much is the book? I don't know if they announced a price, but I don't know. I'm going to keep an eye out for when they announce that. Wildlinks begin the theories. Yeah. I'm gonna. Oh no. I was trying to take some notes during. I don't know why, because I've got this video recorded. I could just watch it back. But yeah. So if. Yeah, I'm going to have to work on some videos over the weekend, aren't I? I'm going to try and get one done for the Dragon Prince. There was another one I was working on, but I'm going to put that on pause and kind of... Sorry, touch my microphone. To talk about this, because this is exciting stuff. Oh, my word. Chirui, she must be extremely powerful to pull that off. No idea where it takes place. Yeah, I think with dark magic, I think it's inherently more powerful than Arcanum magic because it consumes the source. Whereas when you're working with the Arcanum, as the elves do, you're channeling it but putting it back out into kind of that form. So it's a bit like a hydroelectric dam is what I'd compare it to. So the water flows through, and the wheel powering the generator, the turbine, is the spell, and you take that energy out, but then the water still comes out the far end, so it kind of goes back in. Not the best explained analogy, but dark magic consumes it, burns through it, which is why the human world, like the human side of Xadia, is so devoid of magic, because I think they've burned it up over the centuries since they were exiled to that half of the continent. Daniel Christensen, Claudia's hair isn't white there, though. That's true. You are right. However, because it's concept art, they've obviously thought about the idea of transformation magic. So whether that's something that could come into play later on, yeah. But you are right. With her hair not being white, maybe they did that image before that concept, that effect that her use of dark magic has, came into being, or they scrapped it for the earlier seasons, but it's something they could bring in later on. Is season 4 announced? Yep, all 7 seasons. Romina Mendez Roa. I'm sorry if I got that wrong. I want to make a cosplay of Claudia. I have to do it before that arm appears. No, do the arm. Just like big wire frame tentacles coming out of your shoulder. That'd be. I want someone to do it. That'd be amazing. Let me try and catch up a little bit. Everyone just kind of went a bit hype when we got that news. Daniel Christensen, I'm going to try my best to force my friends to play the Dragon Prince RPG. Yeah. I don't know if you'll have to convince them too hard because it looks amazing. Anyone who's got any kind of inclination to playing tabletop role-playing games, if they've never heard of the Dragon Prince, don't tell them it's based on a TV show. Just say, oh, look, here's a new RPG. It's called The Dragon Prince, Tales of Xadia. Sounds interesting. You know, there's possibilities there. The book is $40 according to Andrew. Okay, that's fine. Gabriel Neves. Bye. Sorry if I caught you a bit late, but thank you for joining the stream. All 7 seasons, yeah. Shadow Studios. I cannot wait. Ooh, no, Yugi boy. Not my best impression, but... Chris Kachoka, I will stand by my theory that Aravos was banished for inventing and teaching humans dark magic. Aravos probably taught Claudia the tentacle spell. Maybe when it comes out of the cocoon, actually, that may transformation dark magic may be something he would absolutely teach Claudia. Maybe he gravitates more to teaching Claudia new stuff rather than Viren, because he was using Viren as his kind of sort of a vessel. He did kind of possess him at times. But Viren, in the end, ultimately failed. But we know that Aravos has seen potential in Claudia. So maybe he starts kind of training her up a little bit and focusing more of his attention and machinations on Claudia rather than Viren. Wolfstorm Wizard, I love this show. It is very good, and I'm so pleased we're getting the entire saga. I cannot wait. Wildlinks, moth or butterfly? Well, if he's a butterfly, I'd be worried about Viren draining him to maintain his youthful, non-dark magic tainted appearance like he does with the other butterflies. So I'm just imagining Aravos popping out of the cocoon, and Viren's just like, ooh, that'll keep me looking good forever. So that could go horribly wrong. First it was if, now it's when, says Victor. Yep, absolutely cannot wait. We just need a bit more information on when it's coming out. I imagine because the actors didn't seem to know it was the entire saga, so I imagine production work for season 4 is fairly early on, but we'll get more details later on, I'm sure. Just the fact that it's on its way, that we finally got that confirmation, is fantastic. That's absolutely brilliant. Daniel Christensen, this was some great news to get before bed. Yep, definitely. I'm so pleased that we've got this information. Ramina Mendez Roa, greetings from Chile. Hello, thank you for joining the stream. I didn't realise there'd be such an international audience. Well, I mean, that's great. I really hope you have enjoyed, and you've enjoyed watching along and chatting in the chat. Lava Addict, who's your favourite character? I do like, of the humanoid characters, Callum, just because I really like the journey that he went on to find his identity. That was a big part of what I really liked about his character and his development from season 1 to 2 to 3. He's had that progression from someone who really didn't feel like they fit their surroundings and their environment and what they were being taught and what was expected of them, to then finding this thing that just clicked and made sense to them, and losing that then at the end of season 1 to then go on this journey to try and rediscover it, while then questioning, well, if I can't do this thing that I feel like I'm supposed to do, then what's left for me? What is my destiny? What am I going to do with my life? And that kind of self-determination and deciding, it's my destiny, I will decide what I'm going to do. I really, really love that aspect of Callum's character. But of all the characters in the show, Bait. I identify very strongly with Bait. A little bit cantankerous, but a good heart. Chris Gachoka, I agree with Aravos switching focus to Claudia and maybe Viren realising something might be a bit wrong. I think if Aravos does switch that attention to Claudia, and Viren then being on the outside of that kind of dynamic, he may come to realise, actually, there's something very wrong here. We don't know what Aravos's true motivations are, and he is messing with my daughter. Like, I think Viren's kind of happy to make those sacrifices himself because he believes in what he's doing, but it's his sacrifice to make. And if Aravos is then manipulating Claudia in a way that she's then at the centre of that and it becomes her sacrifices, I don't think Viren's going to take very well to that. Andrew, who's your favourite character and why is it Raila? Because she's got pointy swords. Chris, greetings from Kenya. Oh, hello. Thank you for joining the stream. Artivolan's greetings from the Netherlands. Wow, all over the place. That's amazing. Hey, I am girl. I'm from Tunisia, North Africa. Quite international. Fantastic. Wow, amazing. I love that the show has such broad appeal that people around the world enjoy watching it, and I've been that excited to see what's next for the saga. Wild Lynx is from Australia. I was gonna say good day, but I decided not to because I didn't want to be offensive. But hello, thank you for joining the stream. Andrew, him finding the connection to the Sky Arcanum was one of the most epic moments in the show. I thought that was such a powerful moment for Callum. That understanding of what the Arcanum meant and finding that connection, it was such a great moment. I think the writers did a good job of the scripting for the characters and for Callum. And Jack DeSena played it brilliantly. He really portrayed that kind of that melancholy from Callum as he was struggling to reach that point and reach that realization of his true identity as a mage. And then once he got to that point and he was able to do magic without an outside source of magic, being able to directly tap into the Arcanum, that was just fantastic. Victor Vaccaro, if Viren starts focusing on Claudia, maybe, just maybe, he will switch sides. Could be. I think there is that possibility, definitely. Amberstar, hello. Yasmin Pelinkoff from the Netherlands, welcome. Bit late now, but thank you for joining the stream. Is Viren inherently evil, or does he just have a twisted vision of good? The way I see Viren is, I don't think he's evil in terms of he does things to be a bad person. He has a very strong sense of morals, and he has his own code. But it doesn't necessarily align with what you might typically think of as a good character. He genuinely believes what he's doing is in the best interests of humanity and his family and the kingdom of Catullus, and even Harrow. Everything he's done, he believes that he's doing it for the right reasons. But that doesn't necessarily mean the actions he's taken are good. He's he started a war. um, he manipulated the King of Catullus into an act of pure vengeance, where Harrow was quite at a place where he could have just let it go, or not acted on it, should I say. But Viren manipulated him into helping him kill Thunder. But he believed he was doing that for the right reasons, even though it was potentially a wrong action. It's one of those ones that's quite a hard conversation to kind of get straight in my head. Just because I don't think he's evil. I think his morals conflict with what a lot of people would consider to be good actions. Andrew, it's probably that global appeal that led to it being picked up again. Yeah, it's had such a broad global appeal. People around the world have been wanting to see these additional seasons, so I think you're absolutely right. It's a truly global show. Amberstar, I'm so freaking excited for the graphic novel. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that as well. Again, anything that gives more context and background to the show, or continuations from Season 3 linking into Season 4, again, I cannot wait for that. Lava Addict, have a good night and stay away from haunted boats. I will do my best. Have a good night as well. Antivolans, someone else from the Netherlands, I think. Andrew, when I first started watching the show, I was worried Jack Desena would channel too much of Sokka into Callum, but he really brought a whole new person into Callum. I think there's a couple of elements of Sokka there, but a lot of that is, or some of that even, is nods to Sokka. Like the whole boomerang moment, it's obviously kind of like an Easter egg, a little in-joke to fans of Avatar and amongst the writers, I guess, to that. But he's really made Callum his own character and his own person, which I've really liked. I think he plays Callum very well. Has the Season 4 release been confirmed? Yeah, the entire saga. We haven't got a release date yet, but yeah, the entire saga has been confirmed. So 4, 5, 6, and 7 seasons confirmed. Hashim Farad, do you think that because Ezran could talk to animals, he may have a connection to the Earth Arcanum in some way? I did actually do a theory video on that a little while ago, where I thought there's a possibility he has some connection to the Earth Arcanum. So I don't think he can necessarily cast spells as Callum can, but I think he's got a closer connection to the Earth Arcanum that maybe is a part of why he can communicate with animals. Now, the showrunners have said that it's a deep-rooted empathy that allows him to understand and speak with the creatures around Xadia and in the human kingdoms. But I still think there's a possibility that maybe he's on the verge of possibly having that connection. Like, if another human was capable of connecting to an Arcanum, I think Ezran's the closest to doing so after Callum has done so now. So I think Ezran has that potential to do so. Viren also murdered all of those other monarchs. I mean, he did send those shadowy assassins to attack, but again, he thought whether Aravos had influenced this because various reasons, but he thought he was acting in the best interest of the human kingdoms. Carl Slater, when Viren's talking to Renan, I'm a pragmatist. Yeah, exactly. He takes a pragmatic approach. He doesn't. He sees the world in what he believes to be a very realist way. He doesn't necessarily give anyone the benefit of the doubt. Like, with the death of Sarai, if the humans hadn't done anything, then the border situation would probably stay as it had, just tense but no direct action. But as soon as that attack on Thunder was led, that just kind of triggered this whole series of events. But that I mean, on the flip side, we got a great show out of it. So, if he hadn't done it, we wouldn't have the Dragon Prince. Callum and Ezran get their magical abilities from Sarai. It could be. I mean, I don't know if it's necessarily something that's been directly inherited. I mean, Sarai seemed to be a character that has this kind of empathetic nature around her as well. We haven't seen as much of her to get a firm grasp on that, but from what we have seen, maybe. Will we get more Dragon Prince stuff at Comic-Con Online? I haven't been made aware of anything else. From what I'm aware of, it was just this Comic-Con at Home panel, but we obviously got information on the graphic novel, the art book, the Tales of Xadia tabletop game, and all the whole saga has been picked up. So we got quite a good amount of stuff out of it. The empathy was exhibited by Sarai when she was hesitant to kill the lava creature. Yeah, exactly. She was concerned it may have been the last of its kind. They may be driving a creature to extinction. Does it have thoughts and feelings? Does it have a family? It was that, those questions, that attempt to put herself into that creature's position. What would you feel if you were suddenly attacked by a group of humans trying to take your heart for themselves? Why do I not have the right to live? For these humans to do so, there was that element to it, absolutely. Setimus Hunkarnen, I'm sorry if I got that wrong. Do you think Raila would be allowed to return to her home? That's a tough one. It depends on how strict the Moonshadow Elves are with their laws and traditions, which, from what we've seen so far, is quite strict. She didn't outright abandon her assassin squad, but she did mess up their mission in the first place and potentially doomed them as it was, which is what we saw happen. And the mission wasn't even completed, even though Zim is alive. At the time the assassinations were to take place, no one knew that. So there's an argument to be made that no, she won't. But I would like to see a reconciliation between herself and Runan, and maybe getting that reconnection to Silver Grove and being allowed back. Andrew, there's too much she's done for the greater good. Yeah, I mean, her actions have all ended up contributing to a good ending. Well, a better scenario than they were in, but that doesn't always mean that laws and traditions will be ignored. You can do the right thing for the wrong reason and get punished for it, if that makes sense. Amberstar, her relationship with Callum doesn't help with her reputation to her village. I mean, from what we saw of the graphic novel, here we go. So in the graphic novel, she's obviously at this point not been allowed into Silver Grove, even though Zim, by this point, has been returned to her mother, and, even with that ending, she's living at Catullus Castle with Callum and Ezran. So by this point, she's not been allowed back home. Wildlink's Harrow quoted Sarai when he called dark magic shortcut. Yeah, and dark magic is a shortcut. And I think that's a part of the negative aspect of it is dark mages use shortcut by burning the power, the Arcanum, in other living creatures rather than learning to focus and harness the Arcanum directly themselves. So that shortcut is just, the motivation behind it is I can't be bothered to learn the Arcanum myself, or I mean, obviously there was this understanding that humans couldn't learn on Arcanum, but Callum's proved that wrong, so... the whole idea behind ensuring humans return Zim to Zubea. Yeah, so the idea was to kind of promote peace and avoid the war. There was a big fight anyway, but, you know, it's something I think is going to be expanded on through the graphic novel and into season 4 and beyond, is how that treatment by Silver Grove is going to develop. Let me see. Cytimus, if her parents will be returned, and also Renan. I'd hope so. Because they're in the coins, they're still alive in the coins. So when we saw Runan, he was animated and aware of what happened. He was kind of pressed up against the coin and looking around. So in some way, they're still alive. So hopefully they'll have a way out, but what that is, we don't know yet. Whether that means they need dark magic to release them, because it was dark magic that put them in there in the first place. But we'll have to wait and see, I think. An interesting thought from Andrew is that Renan and Rayla's parents haven't done the banishing spell yet. So do you mean... do you mean that they haven't been banished? Because we know Runan hasn't been, because the elves believe his flower sunk, so they think he's dead, so they wouldn't have banished him. But Rayla's parents, if the assumption is that they ran away, then maybe. But it's, again... is that just for the assassins? Is it just assassins that have abandoned their team that get that treatment? Or does that also apply to Moonshadow Elves who have been chosen for the Dragon Guard, which is a different role, but still one that's obviously quite a dutiful role? Wildlings, do you think he coined her parents or killed them? I think Viren coined them. The implication is that he did. He might not have done, but I think he did. Oh wait, hang on. I can tell you now. Yeah. So from what we had in the graphic novel preview here, let me see if I can find that previous page. Here we go. Do you like my collection, Raila? Look here, I've added another. So he's kind of frozen them within ice. I think because he's added them to a collection, that's the coins. I think this very strongly supports the argument that Raila's parents are in the coins. Chris Kachoka, dark magic is fossil fuels and arcane magic is renewable energy. That's a way of looking at it, absolutely. Dark magic seems to consume it, whereas using the Arcanum directly is more akin to harnessing the natural flow of energy and redirecting it rather than consumption of it for a different effect. Rafael Santos, I believe the ghost spell was not created with the idea to be removed, so maybe deghosting Raila is not an easy thing to do. I can agree with that. It may be that they never intended to allow someone back. If you've betrayed your team, betrayed your squad, what forgiveness is there? I think Raila. So Amber Star says, I think Raila would go back to the Silver Grove if she could. So if she's in the Catullus Castle, I believe she's still ghosted. Yeah, that's kind of the implication I get from this. At least at this point in the story, she has not been able to go back to the Silver Grove. Andrew, it's possible that she could at least be connected with her parents again because they're also banished. If they can get them out of the coins, if that's where they are, then that is an absolute possibility. AJC, any release date for Season 4? Amber Star's already answered that, but no release date yet, but it is coming. Kriska Joker, not to be negative, but I think narratively it would be better if all of the main characters' parents died. I agree with the point that death narratively has to have a meaning. There's points where it has to stick for it to have any impact. So one of the theories that's very prevalent in the fandom is that Harrow's soul has been transferred to Pip, but that means Harrow isn't truly dead. Now, I get why the theory is so popular, I get why so many people believe it. It's not one I subscribe to personally. Now, there's a lot of hints that that is what's happened, but a lot of the growth that Callum and Ezran have gone through is a direct result of Harrow's passing, of Harrow being assassinated. So if it turns out Harrow is alive in some form, even if that's in Pip's body, you know, I feel like it could take a little bit of that gravitas, a little bit of that impact, that meaning that his death has to the series. I mean, the showrunners have confirmed that Harrow was killed by Runan, but again, some fans have said, well, do they just mean his body has been killed, but his spirit's still alive? But, you know, I could see how and why he would be in Pip's body. You know, the whole Soulfang thing, going into the room, Viren did dark magic in there of some form. But someone has to stay dead for death to have a meaning. Andrew, I don't think Runan is banished. I was just mentioning that Runan can go back to Silvergrove. Okay, yeah, I get what you mean now, yes. Because he's not been ghosted because they thought he's dead, so he could return. And he'd be able to explain the situation and maybe get Raila unghosted. But maybe he's still mad that she got them all, had the game given away because she didn't kill Marcos. Raphael, is possible that Raila is living in Catullus as some type of elf ambassador? Possibly, actually. That relationship between the humans and elves of Xadia, you know, there's that's still going to be quite a fragile piece, a fragile relationship. So maybe that would be a sign of, you know, we're not at war with the elves, we're not on aggressive terms with the elves. If she's fulfilling that kind of ambassadorial role, that could be a good explanation. If he coined them, Callum would have been horrified and told Raila. That is true. That is true. Depends on how quickly the spell he used wore out, whether he saw the exact moment of that happening. He may have done. Maybe he has explained that to her, which is why we're now seeing this kind of in the graphic novel that occurs after season 3, where Viren's talking about adding Raila to the collection as well. Hey, I'm Girl says, I think they do banish the Dragon Guards. Probably. Perhaps anyone who fails in their duty in any kind of official capacity for the Moonshadow Elves gets banished. I think the reason why she pictured her parents and Renan in ice is that she was frozen in ice when Viren threatened to add her to his collection, and Callum probably told her that Viren froze them. That could be the case. That's what he saw. He saw that. We didn't see ourselves what happened beyond that, so that's a little up to interpretation. I'm sure we'll get confirmation in season 4. Victor Vaccaro, do you think we'll see more of Pip? There was a lot of focus on Pip, especially when he escaped in season 2. I was actually expecting him to appear in season 3, but I don't think we really saw him. But I do think Pip will appear again. Now, whether he's got Harrow's soul in Pip's body, again, I've kind of made my feelings on that fairly clear. I don't think that's the case, but we'll have to wait and see. But I do think Pip will make a return at some point. Billy Price, do you think but the box is Aravos' prison? I think at the very least it's related to Aravos in some way. So whether it's the key to opening the prison, whether it's a self-contained mini dimension of some form, which is where he is, because he doesn't know this place. He says to Viren when he's still in the mirror that he doesn't know where he is. Maybe it's like a little self-contained miniature world that he's contained inside that box. Maybe. Victor Vaccaro of Harrow's in Pip's body. Is Pip technically dead? Well, Pip would have transferred into Harrow's body, so I guess so, yeah. If that's what happened, then yeah. Amberstar, dude, I read the book and it's mentioned that when Viren exited Harrow's room, his eyes were black. I haven't got the book yet. It's been on order. I've had it on pre-order for a long time, and my copy has yet to arrive, so I've not had a chance to read it yet, which has annoyed me. So there's stuff I haven't been able to pick up on from the book. Satimus, what do you think the main characters will be doing in the next season? It depends on if we have a time skip in season 4, or whether they just carry on with the story directly. So I think Callum will be practicing more magic. He'll be honing his skills, whether he's learning another Arcanum or whether he chooses to focus on the Sky Arcanum, because I'm sure there are hundreds of spells, combinations of spells that Callum will need to learn. And I know he's got this kind of eidetic memory, so he can perfectly recall and trace the symbols as he's casting the spells. But with how much is involved with each Arcanum, I think it's more than just, I've learned like 3 or 4 spells and that's it, I've mastered it. I think there's going to be a lot more to it than that. Hang on. Sorry for the spoilers, says Amberstar. It's all right. Just I know the book has been out for a while in a lot of places. It's just for whatever reason the UK seems to have had some problems with getting it. I don't myself and a couple of my friends have had it. We pre-ordered it a couple of about 2 months before it was due to be released. And we just keep getting emails saying, oh, we don't know when it's coming. We don't know when it's coming. So I have no idea when I'm going to get mine. So I need to try and find another copy. I don't want to import it just because it costs so much more in shipping. And it'll take weeks because of the situation with the post in the US at the moment. Seems to be a bit horrific. So, I just need to try and get hold of it a different way. Raphael, the thing is that even if Callum sees Viren sealing Raila's parents in the coins, doesn't mean that Callum understands what Viren was doing to them. That's true. Callum has little experience with dark magic. He's literally done 1 dark magic spell and he hasn't learned a lot of it. So he has seen a few spells performed for dark magic, but if he hasn't seen it directly performed and didn't see it in Claudia's book when he briefly had access to that to help free the dragon, he may not have been aware what the effect of that spell was, so he may not have quite understood exactly what was happening at that point. Has anyone discussed what kind of creature Pip is? Like, obviously Pip is a bird, but he seems magical in origin, says Andrew. I think in a similar way to Bait being a glow toad, he has an element of magic to him, of an Arcanum. I think Pip may be the same. I think Pip is probably linked to the Sky Arcanum. I would imagine most magical birds, other than Fifi, obviously, as she's a moon phoenix, I would think kind of quote-unquote regular birds are more closely tied to the Sky Arcanum. He looks an awful lot like a phoenix. He does have a little bit of that to him. You're absolutely right, Victor. Amberstar, I think the spell wore off right before Viren imprisoned Raila's parents. That could be the case. We don't know how long that moon magic spell would have actually lasted. And because Callum wasn't drawing from the Arcanum directly to perform it, he was using a limited supply in the moon stone that he crushed. We don't know how long that spell would have lasted or burned through that. So maybe. Rafael Santos talking about coins. What's your opinion about the theory that fourth coin is Viren's ex-wife? Oh, I don't know. Now, Viren tends to act in what he thinks is the best interests of humanity and Catullus. That's certainly fueled a lot of the darker stuff that he's done. I'm trying to think how putting his ex-wife in a coin would tie into that part of what we know about Viren. Now, that almost feels like it'd just be petty and cruel for the sake of it, rather than this is in the best interests of Catullus, is keeping my wife trapped in a coin. But on the flip side, haha, coins, maybe he thought it was in the best interests for Claudia and Soren if their mother was close in some form. Wildlinks, I'm not lying, I never lie. But isn't that what a liar would say? How would you know a liar isn't lying if they told you they weren't lying? Not that I'm saying that Aravos was lying when he said that. He may have ways of presenting the truth in a way that kind of suits his motivations. Bowen Yuan, what if Callum learns the Earth Arcanum from the Earth Dragon? That would be amazing. I think that's probably Callum's best bet for learning how to connect to the other Arcanums, is to speak to the Archdragon of that Arcanum, of that source. So certainly speaking to let's say Igneous Rex, the name for the Archdragon of the Earth, that might give him an insight into how to make that initial connection. Andrew, got a digital copy of the book. Oh, okay. I will need to see if I can get hold of that, because when I checked on Amazon UK, they had the print copies available, and which have been delayed, or they had the audiobook, but I really wanted to read it. They didn't have digital at the time, but I'll have to check again. Amberstar, I bet they were gonna lure Rex Igneous out of his slumber with jelly tarts, because in Callum's spellbook it says Rex Igneous can be lured out with foods you've never tried before. That's exactly what I was thinking when I read that. He appreciates new types of food and cuisine, and I thought immediately that's how kind of Ezran would approach that, is he'd offer Rex Igneous a jelly tart, and there'd be this moment where they connect over that shared love of this really sweet treat. Andrew might have done that in the interest of saving Soren's life. Maybe his wife wanted to let Soren die because it's infinite. Okay, so that's from the book again. Yeah. So unfortunately, again, I haven't read it yet, so... Bowen, yeah, he answered my question. I'm doing my best to keep up with the stuff in the chat. There's some really good questions in there. I'm in the USA, so I might have different things available to me. Yeah, I'm in the UK, so I haven't been able to get hold of it for whatever reason, but I need to have a look again. Right, it has now gone midnight for me, so I'm going to start thinking about winding down the stream. I've really enjoyed talking with you folks. I hope you've enjoyed this stream. It's been a little bit of an experiment. I've not done anything like this before. I didn't want to talk over them as they were presenting stuff and talking amongst themselves as well. I didn't want to miss any of that. So hopefully I wasn't too quiet, but I also wasn't interrupting them too much. I just want to see if there's anything else. So we had that announcement. I'm going to have another look at the... So when is this book out? It's August, isn't it? The art book, because I will be picking that up. August 18th, 2020. I'm pre-ordering that. I need it. I absolutely need it. I love the artwork of the Dragon Prince. It's some of my favourite kind of fantasy design work that I've seen. It's it's so wonderful. So I need that book. Bowen Yuan, can you theorize how to learn each Arcanum? That's quite a tough one because we haven't seen a lot of like the Ocean Arcanum, the Stars Arcanum. We haven't seen much of Earth either, so it's quite difficult because we haven't seen that in practice. We haven't seen the types of elves and creatures that would necessarily form a part of or be connected to those Arcanums. So that's quite difficult to do, but it's something I might tackle in a video in future, is thinking about how to make those connections. So it's something I might do in a video rather than on this stream. Andrew, thank you so much for putting this on. It's been really fun. Oh, well, I'm really glad you enjoyed it. Thank you. I might do something like this again in future. Maybe we can do like a Dragon Prince watch party where we'll watch a couple of episodes and then just kind of talk in the chat. Maybe if there's any new theories we come up with or just stuff we want to talk about the characters. So that's something I might do in future if that's the kind of thing folks would like to see. I'm up for doing that maybe once or twice a month, something like that. Rafael Santos, since the saga will be split in 3 parts and season 4 is the first season of the second arc, do you believe there will be a time skip? If yes, how long do you believe it will be? So I did a video on predictions I had for season 4, but I did that on the basis of a direct continuation rather than a time skip, so I didn't factor in the time skip in that particular video. But I think a time skip is entirely possible. So I think if they do a time skip, it may be a couple of years. So it may be at a point where Callum has now amassed a lot of the Sky Arcanum and is perhaps seeking out teachers for trying to connect to the other Arcanums. Maybe he thinks that's a journey to go on across Xadia now that maybe there's a bit more of a firmly established piece. So if they do a time skip, I think it may be a couple of years. I don't think it'll be like 20, 30 years, anything like that. I think it'll be less than a decade. Chris Gajoka, I forget her name, but I hope the Sky Elf who transported Callum and Raila across the desert appears more. Nyx, yeah, I would like to see her again. Absolutely. I thought she was a great character. I would like to see more of her. Hey, I'm Girl. It was great, thank you. So Timus Honkanen, you did great. This was fun. Oh, fantastic. I'm really glad you've enjoyed. Thank you so much for joining me. Victor Vaccaro, thank you for staying up so late for us. My pleasure. I know some people have stayed up a lot later, obviously to like 3, 4 a.m. Great stream, says Chris. Thank you. I'm really glad this has gone down so well. I was really nervous about putting this on. You've seen Nyx is literally the best. I love her. Yeah, she's pretty great. Andrew, her not so subtle nudge to Raylan was the best. Yeah, she really pushed the boat out on that ship. I'm sorry, that was a terrible joke. Andrew, I'm subscribing based on this, so I'll be back. Oh, thank you, Andrew. I've been a little bit lax with the theory videos the last couple of months. I've been really struggling with the lockdown to kind of get my head into the creative space I'm normally in, but I'm trying to get back into it. So I might do a quick video just kind of covering some of the stuff that's come out in this stream, in this panel that we had, and just what I'm hoping to see and what that means for the saga going forward. Billy Price, you have to understand the secret of the Arcanum and may have personality connecting to it. So I know on the Dragon Prince website they do have descriptions for the kind of types of people and some of the personality traits for the Arcanum they connect to. So Earth Arcanum tend to be quite empathetic characters, which is why I thought Ezran is probably the next closest human to having a firm connection to an Arcanum, because he can already talk to animals because of this deep empathy. So that's why I think he may be right on that cusp of knowing how to connect to the Earth Arcanum. Eve, I hope they don't time skip. I can kind of agree with that. I hope they just kind of go carry on. give me a non-corporeal Aravos. Yeah, I'd like to see more of Aravos. You should do more streams. I mean, this has gone down really, really well, so I could definitely see myself doing a few more of these. I will announce them on the community tab and over on my Twitter as and when they happen. If they continue to be enjoyable and people want to see more of them, then maybe we'll do more watch parties, might do movies, maybe, as I said earlier, might do a couple episodes of The Dragon Prince at a time, and we'll just talk about stuff that's happened in them, or just kind of sit and enjoy them together. So yeah, it's something I'll look at doing going forward. So Timus, what accents do you think the other elves have? So we've obviously had Scottish for Raila, but I don't think many of the other Moonshadow elves had that. Personally, I'm hoping for Welsh. I would love to hear. I would love to hear some elves talking very Welsh. You know, they have a little bit of that sing-song quality when they're talking. I have lost most of my Welsh accent, unfortunately, but I'd love to hear that. Andrew, it's inferred Earth is Australian. I wouldn't say no to hearing Australian accents in the Earthblood elves. Yeah, actually, I could see that. I'd love to hear that. I think we'll see some Asian-inspired elves, said Andrew. Yeah, I think we could. I like how the Sunfire elves had a bit of that French, I think, tinge to their accent. I think that's what I heard from there, and I quite liked that. The West African. Oh yeah, that's what Chris Gatroka was saying. They're West African, so maybe other accents. Gabriel Neves, I return. Ah, that's a shame because I'm about to clock off in a moment. Hey, Girl, do you think we'll see more Startouch elves? They're rare, but I think we may see one more at some point. Gabriel Neve said, God save the Queen. Well, unfortunately, Aravos had other plans with the Sunfire Queen, so... What do you think happened to the Queen of the Sunfire Elves? I think she's not around anymore. I think that's what we'll get out of the cocoon, is a more corporeal Aravos, says Andrew, to Wildlinks. Yeah, I think we will get a beautiful Aravosian butterfly. Could Rex Igneous teach the Earth Arcanum to Ezran? I do think an Archdragon of a particular Arcanum would be the best choice to try and teach. Because I think the dragons were probably the ones that taught the elves. That may have been confirmed in the book, but I'd need to give it a proper read if and when I eventually manage to get my copy to confirm that. Right, I think I'm going to end the stream here. We had a lot of great stuff coming out of this panel. I'm so pleased. We're getting the graphic novel. I knew that was coming for a while. They had announced that before, but to have that read through of kind of the first part of the novel was fantastic. Being able to hear the characters' voices again, just absolutely phenomenal. The skits were really funny. The Art of the Dragon Prince I'm really looking forward to. The tabletop RPG I'm really looking forward to. And the fact we're getting the entire saga. I was almost kind of hoping they'd talk a little bit about the video game that was mentioned years ago. But they obviously haven't got anything to announce about that yet. So hopefully at some point we'll get more information about that. Maybe next year. But yes, thank you very much for everyone for joining me. I'm glad that you have enjoyed this. I'll make this video available on the channel, so if you want to go back through and watch, you can do. And obviously, I'll leave the direct link in the description if you want to watch the panel directly yourself as well, without my lovely mug in the bottom corner. But you know, this has been absolutely fantastic. I've really loved being able to chat with you all live, and kind of just fan out, and just the reactions to the announcements we've had. You know, I've loved being able to share that all with you, and being able to see you all in the chat. But have a good night, a good evening, or a good day wherever you are. And thanks again for joining me. And I hope to catch you next time I plan to do a stream. So bye for now.